Hey guys, Creator Mom. So I was thinking about a mistake I made yesterday over the phone. I don't know, something that just stuck out to me personally. So in one of my calls yesterday, I was doing a follow up with somebody I had already spoken to. I sent her a follow up email. And I was just calling to make sure she got the email because they were having some systems issues where their emails weren't going through. So she was like, yeah, I got the email, and I'm going to talk with the property project manager or whatever today. And, you can get back to me like Wednesday. And then I said something really stupid. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, great. I said something else. I can't remember. And then I was like, I don't want to, I said, I'll give you a call on Wednesday. I don't know. I can't remember in what order I said it. But the thing that I said that was ridiculous to me was, oh, I don't want to bug you or something. Like, I don't want to bug you. And I thought it was sticking out to me, and I thought to myself, I don't ever want to say that shit again. Because first of all, being like that, like, oh, I don't want to bug you, or being like super apologetic is just like the energy of that is so, it's just such a low energy. Because there's like shame, maybe like embarrassment in that, and low self-worth, like, oh, I don't want to take up space. And not only that, but it makes the person probably on the other end of the line feel bad. So it's almost like you're putting, or awkward, it can make them feel awkward. It's almost like you're putting your low self-worth or low self-confidence in their court. And you're saying, here, please validate me and reassure me that I'm not bugging you, right? Because then sometimes people and it makes them feel bad. It could possibly, I'm not saying that it will, it could potentially make them feel weird feelings or feel bad. And then they say, oh no, don't worry about it. You're not bugging us, right? That's that validation. But we don't need to be validated, but another way to, to flip that around, which people probably already know, but it's old habits, old habits. It just came out of my mouth, and I was just like, I was like, somebody take those words back, please. Oh my God. I was thinking to myself, God, I hope I didn't ruin it. That was such a dumb thing to say. Excuse me. So instead of saying that, I could have just said, all right, talk to you on Wednesday. That's it. All right, talk to you Wednesday. But I felt bad that I was going to be calling. I felt bad, that I was going to be calling back again on Wednesday. So it's like I threw my like emotional issues out there. I was like, oh shoot. So I could have just been like, oh great, thanks for your time. I will give you a call on Wednesday. Talk to you then. Bye. You know what I mean? But it got weird. I got weird. So that's another thing with doing these calls is just I feel uncomfortable because I don't want to, with taking up people's time, right? I've done other things where, I started a call and then they didn't want like one product. It's like I'm kind of showcasing one product, kind of like, or service in a way, and then like when they say like, no, I don't think I'm interested in that, like I could, also say, oh, well, we also do X, Y, and Z as well, just to let you know. Would you like me to send you an email? So just you have our information on hand for whenever you may need it. That was another thing I noticed when doing phone calls. It's just that when somebody says no, I'm just like, all right, thank you so much, and like, bye, and I just hang up right away. You know what I mean? Because I'm afraid to take up space, to take their time. That makes me feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they just said no, they don't want it. I'm just going to hang up right away, which I could, it's just like, which I could have also inserted like a closing statement. All right, great. Just to let you know, we do X, Y, Z, and do you want me to send you an email? And then, they say, no, totally not interested. I'd be like, okay, great. That's it. But just the fear of taking up space can mess with you. But maybe this is a good thing for me, doing these calls just helps me more and more to catch those things, become aware of those things, and be like, oh wow, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to take up space. I want to finish my script. I don't want to feel rushed to get off the phone just because somebody says no to one thing, because I don't want to quote unquote waste their time, right? So that just shows how I'm seeing myself. I'm calling people and I'm wasting their time. So that's just like, just things to notice for myself, to kind of correct or try to intend for, that I'm actually calling people with something helpful. I'm not wasting people's time, you know what I mean? And damn, I'm a human being and I deserve to talk to other people too, And if somebody really doesn't want to talk, they could always say, I'm so sorry, I really need to get off the phone. Or they can just hang up on me, you know what I mean? Which people do. Sometimes people are really short. It's like if somebody says no, but there's still a space, an energetic space there, fine. But sometimes people do say, no, not interested, and they hang right up. Well, obviously, there's nothing you can do in that case. You could try, but, they've hung up. So anyways, just some thoughts. I don't know. I just wanted to share them out loud, because all of this is not just about calling people. It's not just about a job. It's about just the internal world and just things that show me what it is I'm believing about myself or how I feel about myself, So anyways, good journaling notes for this morning. I'm going to write those down. And maybe this was helpful to somebody else. I don't know. But take care.